For me, jiu-jitsu isn't a sport. It's a lifestyle. It's a culture. It's a way of life. It's not just a martial art, but it changes the whole way that you approach your everyday movements. You know, when you're on the mat and you have someone full pressure, full steam, trying to tap you out, trying to arm lock you or choke you out. You know, each time that happens, it's that could be the end of your life. That could be a broken limb, and it makes you reflect on the reality of that in a totally different way. I'm Elroy Spoonface Powell. I've been training jiu-jitsu for about 4 years now.
My name is Zaid, and I've been training for nearly 5 years now.
My name is Sam Wandi, and I've been training Jiu-Jitsu since 2004 and Judo for the past 3 or so years.
In 1914, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu champion and judoka Mitsuya Maeda traveled to Brazil in an effort to establish a Japanese immigration colony where he met the Gracie family. The Gracie family helped Maeda settle, and in return, Maeda taught Carlos Gracie Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, which Carlos then taught to his 4 brothers.
Always wanted to do some type of martial art. It's been an interest for me since a young boy, and I never stuck to anything, certain things such as boxing, Muay Thai, Kung Fu, but I never stuck to it. Until one time, a friend of mine who was much smaller than me, who started Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, but I never knew this at the time. He asked me to come and train with him one day, and he literally tore me to pieces. And the way he controlled my body, I knew from that day, this is the one for me. I know where I'm not able to see that much because I'm like 90% blind. I knew that once I get my hands on somebody, I knew this is the technique I need to know.
The weakest of the brothers, Helio, had struggled, but through perseverance, designed a new martial art. He modified the original techniques for Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and Judo to work in favor for the smaller and weaker opponent. After years of refining and practicing, Helio Gracie issued a challenge to anyone who thought they had a superior fighting style to a no-rules fight. This became known as the Gracie Challenge. Helio's style of fighting was pitted against various different martial arts, and most ended the same way, with the challenger being defeated.
I think that my confidence has increased a lot. As being a man, having a lot of ego, where I know I'm not able to fight properly, I want to prove to people that I'm a man. But since I've learned jiu-jitsu and I know what I'm capable of now, and confident how to use it, I don't really need to prove anything because I know what I'm capable of. So it just helps me in all aspects of life.
In 1951, Helio Gracie fought Masahiko Kimura, a highly decorated Japanese jiu-jitsu practitioner. Kimura outweighed Helio by 80 pounds and ultimately defeated him in the 13th minute with a shoulder lock, which now bears his name. Despite losing, this fight was considered a huge victory for Helio and his new style of fighting, as he managed to survive for 13 minutes against the #1 ranked Japanese jiu-jitsu practitioner in the world. Over time, Helio passed his knowledge on to his family and students who would go on to spread the martial art, recognized today as Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
I think there's always misconceptions with the sport, and I see it with other martial arts. People think that, for example, Taekwondo is just people bouncing with their hands down. The same way with Jiu-Jitsu, people think it's just some guys grappling and rolling on the floor, and they miss out on the 360 approach, the striking, the distance management, the mindset, the self-defense, the weapons element, the diet element, the lifestyle. It's a real holistic, like 360 approach to living, which a lot of people don't see if they're just watching MMA or they're just seeing competitions.
But if you're willing to dive in, to be fully submerged by it, it could transform your day-to-day life. Your classmates become your family, your gym becomes your home, and just like that, your whole life changes.
I believe that even if you feel you're a naturally confident person, when you practice martial arts, when you practice jiu-jitsu, the way that we're doing it here, you become even more confident in the sense that you start to believe in yourself more. You start to believe in your ability to face, like I said before, your fears more than anything.
An atmosphere where everyone walking through the door, from the moment they walk into the door and till the moment they leave, they feel welcome. They feel part of the family, they feel part of the team, they feel looked after. I feel like I'm always learning, but I never feel like I'm learning alone. I feel like I'm surrounded by people who I feel very comfortable training and being myself with. It tests your personality, and what a nice place to be when you're being so open about who you are.
I train because I just have a deep passion for it. I love it. I feel like it complements me with my eye condition that I have. I'm inspired by a lot of people, and hopefully that a lot of people will be inspired by me. And yeah, I just love training. I love the people that I train with. I love my professor, my coach. I love meeting new people, and it's just a fun thing to do. And as besides being a fun thing to do, it's something that you can carry with you for the rest of your life, pass it on to somebody else, and have a self-security for yourself.
There are several reasons why I train jiu-jitsu, One is from a professional sense, as an actor, as a person that's doing special action projects and screen combat. It's great for my health, as a big guy. I can't be running and doing lots of, when it comes to doing cardio, I can't be doing too much poundage on my knees and stuff like that. So a lot of the exercise we're doing here is great for your core strength and your cardio in a way that's really useful for my everyday situation. It's about the environment, training with people that have your best interest at heart, the interaction you get and the camaraderie that you build with people that are from all walks of life, doctors, lawyers, people running their own businesses, people locally, unemployed, running whatever it is, all kinds of people sharing the same experience. That's what I love about what we have here at the Academy.
I train jiu-jitsu because I strongly believe in the saying, at the end of the day ends. You have your life, and what you do with it is up to you. And I feel that a day, or if I spend time away from the mat, I feel genuinely unhappy. I miss training, I miss the people I train with, and I miss what the training does to me as a person. I've played a lot of sports in my life, and I always felt that that's what they were, a sport, an activity, pastime. You go and you enjoy it, you learn something from it, but if you choose to do something else with your time, after a while it becomes normal. With jiu-jitsu, I have not spent any time away from it and felt, it's fine, maybe I can stop training now. It's become a very important part of who I am, and I welcome it to be that.